Good morning, everyone. I wanted to start off today with a news story. Well, several news stories based on roughly the same topic. There are several town clerks who refuse to sign marriage licenses for gay couples. Several of these clerks ended up resigning, but one in particular actually outsourced that portion of her job. As far as I know, she still has her job, but isn't supposed to sign any marriage license for any couple until the matter is resolved. In the meantime, the end result is that gay couples are forced to make time-consuming and inconvenient appointments based on whether other clerks who would sign would be available to come to the office. My opinion on this is pretty straightforward. This is bullshit. This woman is not doing her job. She's hiring others to do what she views as the disagreeable parts of her job. She's forcing people to navigate around her beliefs, to give in to her attitudes, and to conform to her way of life. Now here's the thing. A town clerk takes an oath to uphold the laws of their town and their state and to perform all duties related to the job, not just the ones that the clerk agrees with in a spiritual sense. How far will people with a religious bias go? How far will we, as a civilized society, allow them to go? A while back, there was an uproar because some Muslim cabbies were refusing to allow transport for people possessing alcohol in their luggage. They were also denying service for people who had a guide dog with them. In some areas, there are still evangelical pharmacists who refuse women birth control, or other medical doctors have seen fit to prescribe. Refusals in the cases I'm talking about were not based on a concern of drug interactions and the like, but based on things like marital status or disapproval of what the drug was supposed to do, like the RU484 pill. They are, in effect, basing someone's prescribed medical care on the pharmacist's religious values rather than the patient's medical needs. Can you carry this a step further? Say, for example, I'm a doctor that either denies outright or gives inferior medical care to your wife maybe, or your sister, or to your daughter, because my religion doesn't value females as much as males. Say I'm a police officer who will take my sweet-ass time getting to a crime scene, say your house for example, and not really investigate what happened to the fullest once I'm there, because even though you were assaulted, I find that the crime was committed by someone of my particular faith. Say I'm a teacher in a public school who will intentionally go out of my way to ridicule and belittle and mark down your child in grades and behavior because you're of a faith my God doesn't approve of. Say I'm a fireman who won't put out the fire burning in your house because you're gay, and my God thinks fags are going to burn in hell anyway. Say I am an EMT who won't treat a rape victim because the victim was wearing pants, and I checked. My pastor says if you were wearing pants when you were assaulted, you actually had to participate in some way, so it wasn't really rape. What if it's some other criteria based on someone's religious beliefs that prohibits service? Will we allow public servants to determine things like sexual orientation, marital status, religious preference, or any other number of factors before they render service? Hell no, we shouldn't. And why not? Because it's a slippery slope, not to mention a completely arbitrary trip into a quagmire so dark and so deep that we, as a supposedly civilized people, might not recover from the fall. Are all religious taboos to be respected? All of them? Really? If not, which ones and who decides? Holding jobs that requires service requires service, not judgment based on religious partiality. Police officers, doctors, teachers, firefighters, civil servants are employees who take various oaths to protect and to serve and to do no harm, which they are by forcing their personal beliefs on others in lieu of doing their jobs. How is it not harmful to refuse to render service until those needing service are forced to comply with prejudice, with partiality, and with often mind-numbing restrictions that can sometimes be degrading, very often pointless, and occasionally life-threatening in their narrow-minded application? These oaths should not be taken lightly. Neither should these oaths be subject to personal nitpicking, as in, I will only serve if, I will only take care of you if, I will only aid or assist or render medical care if, I will only save your life if, I will only treat you humanely or give you equal rights if, and the rest of you are just shit out of luck. My opinion, and it is only my opinion here, folks, is that you can't have two masters. You can't serve two houses, not when they conflict to this degree. Consider that when you take a job that involves upholding the law, or rendering aid or assistance or medical care or other such services. If you can't or won't serve everyone equally, then don't.